the track.
YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy vicslanghope, and I got another story time. It's another jail story, and this one is about when I got assaulted by the police. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, they spanked me. For me, like, it was crazy. They beat me up in the courthouse. So I'm gonna get into the story. But before I get to the story, I just want to thank y'all, whoever's been rocking with me, whoever's been tuning in, sharing, liking, subscribing and all that. I appreciate y'all, you know. Always got to give thanks to the subscribers and the supporters, I mean. So, boom. I told y'all in one of my previous videos that I used to be red ID. So, red ID signifies that you have been caught with a weapon, or like, you know, they try to put this image over you that like you kind of carry weapons. So they give you a red ID. So if you get caught with like contraband is like tobacco, marijuana, and other stuff, you know, those things are considered contraband. So you get like a green ID. So anyway, since I was red ID, I had to go to court shackled up. So they used to put like these black mittens that was like some big, you know what mittens look like, right? The regular glove mittens where it's just like a whole big glove. But these mittens, like your whole fist go in it. So both of my hands used to be in the mitten, and they used to be chained to my waist. And I used to have a chain on my waist and shackles on my feet and an orange jumpsuit. So this is how they used to take me to court all the time before like I got into my trial proceedings. So you already know I'm looking crazy. The people that's in court is seeing me come out shackled up, mittens in my hands. So they probably thinking like the worst of the worst, right? The only time they allow you to change is when you're about to start trial. So anyway, so meaning if you're red ID or contraband, I don't know, no, contrabands was, I don't think contrabands didn't really have to get searched like me. But like the red IDs, yeah, they really got searched crazy. So anyway, so what they used to do is when you get to the courthouse, you have to go through like a strenuous search procedure. So they will take you to a room away from everybody else, right? First of all, when you ride the bus to court, you got to sit by yourself. They put you in a cage, in a little cage by yourself. You know, the people that are in the box, they also ride the court in the cage, right? In the little cage by themselves. So anyway, I'm in the cage by myself, riding the bus. I get to, I was about to say get to school because it looked like a cheese bus. It's a white cheese bus. But anyway, I get to the courthouse. When you get to the courthouse, they take you in the room. In a room where it's just like a few COs in there or whatever. And then they search you, like, which is crazy because they search you before you leave the courthouse. This is why I feel like, I don't know, man. They couldn't pay me enough money to be looking at dick and ass. They just couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like some of them guards took their job a little too serious, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, a little zesty, a little weird. But anyway, I get to the room, and in the room, every time I went to court, because they used to make me go through this, right? Now, mind you, they search you before you leave the jail. And then, mind you, you're shackled up on the way to court. So it's like, why are you searching me again in court? Like, it just didn't make sense. So when you get to court, they search you again, right? When they search you again, they take you to the room, and then I usually used to wear this long shirt that used to cover my private part, you know what I'm saying? So I used to wear those long shirts on purpose because when you get to the courthouse, sometimes they would tell you like to put your underwear down, you know what I'm saying? They always used to do that weird shit. So they tell you put your underwear down. Some officers, they didn't ask you for the underwear. Some officers, they'd be like, yeah, give me the underwear. So what I used to do is I used to wear the long shirt. So like, you know, if I got a squat, like, I'm cool. Like, a lot of my shit's still covered, you know what I mean? So one day I came in, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been going, mind you, I was sent off for 33 months, like, and I've been doing this perfectly fine, right? One day I come in, and it's DCOs. I mean, it's a big fat one. He was looking like Big Pun, man. RIP to Big Pun. He was mad big though, and the room was kind of small. You feel me? So like, it's this big ass CO, and then there was like 2 or 3 other dudes, right? And a captain. It's usually always a captain in there to make sure everything go, according to plan, and you know what I'm saying. So boom, it was a black captain, Captain Spears. I'll never forget it. So boom. They searched me, so they had these dudes in there, so they searched me. The other dude looked white with like tattoos. He might have been Puerto Rican, I don't know, but he looked white. So anyway, they searched me, and then like, I did what I regularly did. You know what I'm saying? Like I kept my shirt on, I gave them the boxes or whatever. They were trying to make me take off the boxes, I think. Yeah, that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to make me take off the boxes, because usually I didn't take off the boxes. See, I'm fucking up. I usually didn't take off the boxes. I used to just pull them down and squat and then get up, you feel me, and put my shit back up. But these specific officers, they wanted my underwear. So they like, yo, give me the boxes. And I'm just like, yo, bro, like, I don't ever give up my boxes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what's the problem? Like, I get searched over there where I'm at. I'm shackled up with mittens. Like, what do you think I'm smuggling? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so they like, yo, this procedure, won't give me the box. I'm like, yo, I have been coming to court for 2 years. Because this was close to like the end before I almost got sentenced. So I'm like, yo, I've been coming to court for 2 years. What you mean give you my boxes? Like, I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, I never went through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, we going back and forth, and then like, once you see them adjusting, I mean, they always got the gloves on, but when you see them adjusting the gloves, like tightening the gloves, you already know what time it is. Like, so I was like, so someone's like, yo, you're not, so the captain was there like, yo, chill, because you already see them like on some, like, a lot of times these guards, man, they be out to just violate somebody, man. Like on some shit be going on in their house. They come to work frustrated, and they just be trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? They just be ready. They be with it. So this dude, like, I'm sitting there, and then he like, yo, so he put his shit on the captain, like, yo, chill. Like, he try to tell him to chill. And he like, look, so he trying to talk to me. And I'm like, yo, I never had to go through this. Like, I'm like, yo, y'all wilding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I used to always be on my Muslim stuff. I used to be like, yo, I'm Muslim. Like, it's bad enough. Y'all already doing whatever y'all doing. But I'm saying, like, yo, I'm pulling down my underwear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want me to take my underwear off. I'm like, I'm not comfortable with that. So after that, you know what I'm saying, son just, like, the fat dude just rushed me. Because I told you it was a little room. So Big Pun over there, Shamu over there, you know what I'm saying? He just rushed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he rushed me, and then they just started, like, the other white dude just started swinging, like, you know what I'm saying? Started wilding on me. So after they started wilding on me, like, yo, man, that shit felt like, yo, I felt mad crazy, because, like, they like rushed me, they did all that shit, and then, yo, they literally ripped my underwears off me. Like, that shit, yo, I remember I had skin burns, like, you feel me? Like, so they ripped my underwear off me. You know what I'm saying? That shit just felt mad crazy. Like, the captain couldn't even, like, how the captain couldn't even control these dudes. That shit was, like, mad crazy. You know what I'm saying? They basically beat me up in that room. You know what I'm saying? They got crazy with me in the room. The captain just like, yo, chill. Like, but it's just like, bro, you're the higher up. Like, so anyway, they beat me up, ripped my underwears off me. Like, and I was just, like, mad tight. Like, then they cuffed me. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, nah, like, I was just, like, pissed off. And I feel like it's nothing you could really do. Like, I mean, yeah, you could probably beat up one officer, or you could probably, like, knock somebody out, but then it's like, you're not gonna win the war, man. Like, I just feel like when you in there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might win a battle or two, but like, ultimately you're not gonna win the war. Even if you get a little money, like, later on, you sue them or whatever, like, you don't really win the war. That's just a battle. Like, yeah, you got a little money, but sometimes, like, they'll just fuck with you, man. Like, once you got, like, a little problem with them, like, and now every time you coming in there, it's a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just mad crazy, man. And then they gave me some, then they brought, like, some used underwears. Like, that shit was just crazy. That whole shit, I don't even know. These underwears, they was washed, but it was like, you could tell this shit belonged to somebody. So now they're like, you know what I'm saying? I don't got no underwear. They ripped my shit. They totally violated. I felt like a fucking rape victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way they just fucking, like, got crazy with me in that little ass room. And then, like, then the captain, he felt mad bad. He like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, nah, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to hit that. Like, on some real shit, I was just mad tight. I was just, like, mad tight. But I already knew, like, yo, you can't win the war. you just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could duff him or you could like do whatever you do, but like you're just not gonna win the war, bro. And at the end of the day, they're gonna write that shit up like you got violent. Like, you know, it's just certain ways they get around certain shit. And then there's no cameras in there because that's a search room, so they can't have cameras. So it's just mad crazy. It's just gonna be my word against theirs. But anyway, they ended up beating me up, whatever. The sergeant came, the captain came, and he was just like, yo, here, or whatever. And I was just like, yo. But anyway, then they told my lawyer, I never got to see the judge that day. So they told my lawyer that I wasn't there or they didn't bring me to court. It was mad crazy. Like, they never produced me in front of the judge. So literally, you know what I'm saying, they beat me up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't look crazy, whatever. They beat me up. You know what I'm saying? I just went back to the fucking island and I didn't get to see my, so when next time I came, or maybe I got on the phone and I called my lawyer, I let her know, like, I was like, yo, I wasn't, because she was like, yo, what happened? Why you didn't go to court? They said you refused court. And I'm like, I didn't refuse court. I was literally downstairs the whole time. Like, I was like, and I told her what happened. So I put in like a I don't know if it's an Article 78. I don't know. I put in a complaint because I said, like, because the captain asked me, do you want medical assistance? After they did whatever they did, he said, do you need medical assistance? I said, yeah. That's what you got to do. Even if you're not like hurt, you got to say yeah, because that helps your paperwork. So I was like, yeah, I need medical assistance. Like, I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? So now he like, fuck, man. So he like cursing out the dudes or whatever. He's like, y'all see, y'all stupid, man. So boom, boom, boom. And even though he ain't had nothing to do with it, I still put his name in it. At the end of the day, like, you, the higher up, like, you were supposed to be able to have control over those regular COs. You know what I'm saying? So like, but he did deny me medical help. You know what I'm saying? Because I told him I need medical help. He denied me medical help. So his name was gonna go on that complaint too. Now, I probably could have got some money out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, a lot of times these dudes got a good union. They, you know what I'm saying? They get the little lawyers and all that shit. Because when I went upstate, so I ended up getting sentenced. I went upstate, and I was still kind of like fighting this because, you know, I was trying to get me a little bread. But the thing is, like, I explained this to y'all too, right? When you go upstate, they have you spread your butt cheeks. Like, when you get up there, when you first get up there, they cut your hair bald. They have you bend over, spread your butt cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, to make sure you ain't smoking on, you ain't got nothing cheek. So that shit is weird. I hated it. I don't like it. So when they came, they was gonna bring me down for a court hearing, for a video conference court hearing at Sing Sing. You know, and I just did not want to go through the process of showing my butthole to another man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't care to, like, I didn't want to do that shit. So I was just like, I denied the court hearing and I just forfeited it, and I didn't care. Like, that's how much I hated, like, the process of just traveling, right? Like, doing that weird shit. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna leave it at weird shit. But like, I just hated that shit. Like, that shit is like the ultimate it's dehumanizing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's humiliating. Like, as a man, like, think about that shit, man. Like, bending over for another man and spraying your butt cheeks. That shit is like crazy. That shit is like the craziest shit I ever felt as far as humiliation goes, right? And the ripping of my underwear. They violated. But yeah, so I just gave up the shit, man. I probably should have never did it. I probably should have never gave up the shit. Probably should have just went through the shit and maybe got a little compensation for the shit that they did to me. But I just hated that process of getting searched. But I just remember this when I was at the prison the other day when I went live, because somebody was asking me if the police ever beat me up. So I ain't get beat up upstate, but like, I definitely got beat up on the island. You know what I'm saying? Like, word, and I was at court. So that's the story, man. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe if y'all like the video, and share it if, you know what I'm saying, if you think somebody could benefit from it. Peace. Have a good one.